Hey everyone, and welcome back to week 7 of the Pokeball Draft League. This week we are going up against a Perish Trap team that I almost didn't see coming. But we think we planned for it accordingly, and we'll see how it goes. I decided to start off with Hydreigon and Earthworm. I wanted to get rocks up to deal with the Charizard he brought, and I also had a feeling he might start with his just Perish Trap set up right away, which I thought Hydreigon could threaten pretty quickly. And then once we got rocks up, we could just switch out into something that was better suited with Shed Tail. He did start off with the Gothitelle and Screamtail, which was a good call by me. And I decided to just do it. Special defense going up was a little rough, but I decided to just start off the game with a bang. So if you guys saw the team builder video, we went with Terra Steel on the Hydreigon this week. Helps get around the fairy typing of the Screamtail, and then we'll just try to get rocks up with the Earthworm. I did not know, I don't know movesets that well, and one of the things I did not know Gothitelle learned, and very slight foreshadowing, is Fake Out. So, as you can imagine, we get Fake Out here. Kind of ruins our plan a little bit, but that's okay. But we do manage to get the rocks up after the song. So hopefully that just shuts down the Charizard and does a nice little chip damage to the Excalibur. Those are the two I was pretty worried about. And now I gotta worry about Perish Song, because of course I do. So here I'm expecting at least one Protect, and with Screamtail Special Defense going up because of Photosynthesis, I decided to put Iron Head into it and then just fire a Dark Pulse at the Gothitelle. Hopefully taking it out and eliminating the Shadow Tag for the rest of the game. We got pretty lucky with the crit. I don't know if it matters. Or, I don't know if it mattered. I'm recording this after the fact. I haven't run calcs on it, but I'm certainly not going to complain about it. And then the Protect on the Iron Head, which is fine. Figured Screamtail had it. So, we still have to worry about Perish Song. But at least we got rid of the Shadow Tag, so we can swap in and out freely without getting trapped at the very least. And now I have two Steel types out against the Charizard. This will be fun. At this point, I'm wondering why the Charizard didn't take Stealth Rock damage. So I found out after last week that I could check the moves on the field. And so I didn't try it yet, so that's what I'm trying to figure out here. Like, did Stealth Rock get bounced somehow? Did I didn't see it? Did it get just... Was there a way they stopped from getting up? And then I remembered that heavy-duty boots are a thing. And so that's probably what happened, which is unfortunate, because I would have loved to take out half of Charizard's health. That was actually a big reason we brought Stealth Rock, like that and Talonflame, but mostly the Charizard. So having heavy-duty boots sucks. At this point he's tearing. I figure he's going to tear the Charizard. It's the biggest offensive threat on his team outside of maybe Excalibur. The ground Terra's aggravating because I have absolutely nothing to hit it super effectively now. I have absolutely nothing. We didn't bring Brute Bonnet, didn't bring Scoville, we didn't bring Ice Punch, we got nothing. So hopefully it's just frail. The Light Scream's aggravating. We have a lot of special attacking moves, especially with the Hydreigon that's out right now. Being a special attacker. Now here comes a big thing we have to worry about. Even though Light Screen just went up, I know I have to get Trick Room up, and this is probably my best opportunity to do so. I haven't seen an attacking move from the Screamtail yet. I've seen Perish Song, Light Screen, and Protect. It could quite possibly have Reflect as the last move, which means it has no offensive moves. But in order to take down the Hatterene before it got Trick Room up, he'd have to double up and one-shot the Hatterene to get through both the substitute and the health bar we have on it. So I kind of expect Hydreigon to either get KO'd or he's going to be U-turning out. So we can Trick Room pretty safely without having to worry about losing speed ties. Excuse me. And at this point, I'm wondering what is taking him so long. I was not expecting him to withdraw the Charizard. I felt like it was doing quite a bit, and I'm not sure what he was scared of. This is... I underestimated how tanky the Umbreon is. Also, I U-turned into the Wigglytuff, or into the Screamtail, figuring he was going to withdraw it so it didn't get KO'd by its own Perish Song, and therefore I didn't have to worry about a Protect or anything. Didn't do a lot of damage, but I knew doing that I could get a safe U-turn off. This is where I mess up a little bit. He has Light Screen up and a Dark type out. I probably should have gone into King Gambit here. That brought Brick Break this week. I didn't. Brick Break into the Umbreon probably would have done quite a bit of damage. Again, I don't calc anything yet. But I want to get Earthworm back out. I thought Body Press could do a lot to the Umbreon, and it could threaten the Wigglytuff. And then, if need be, we still had some health for another Shed Tail, if we wanted to. Leftovers Umbreon. I underestimated this Mon. Yeah. Thing sticks around way longer than I expect, as you'll see throughout the course of these games. This week, in general, took I get 3 brain cells a week, or a month. This week took 2 of them, just between the team builder and the battle. I had to use like 2/3 of my total mental capacity for the week. Or for the month, sorry. Dazzling Gleam just does like nothing. And I didn't know Wigglytuff knew Perish Song, so this was not a happy surprise for me. I did not count on him having 2 Perish Song users. And then Snarl to get not only past the substitute, but also lower the special attack of Hatterene just kind of neuters it. And then I thought Body Press was going to do more. So now I'm trying to figure out, all right, what do I have that can take out this Umbreon? And the answer was Brick Break King Gambit. Like, that was the answer. I've rewatched this battle a couple of times. And, yeah, I'm kind of kicking myself. Even, like, Fake Out. Like, if I'd gone Hariyama, Fake Out into Drain Punch would have been okay. So now Hatterene has -1 special attack, and my opponent has Light Screen up. It's probably not going to be doing a whole lot. With it having Perish Song, Wigglytuff is now an issue. I was worried about a Protect or something on the Umbreon. Not a Switch, just a Protect. The Fake Tears is aggravating. I misread that at first, too. I thought it was special attack partially fell, which I thought was interesting for Earthworm, but okay. But I want to take out the Wigglytuff, so he doesn't have Gothitelle for his Perish Trap, and he doesn't have one of his Perish Song users. Now, all I have to worry about is this Screamtail that hasn't shown any damaging moves. I'd say Perish Song is an offensive move. It's a mood, too. But it's not damaging, per se. Here's the Baxcalibur. Takes a 25% from the Stealth Rock, which is nice. Now I'm like, do I Shed Tail out? Or do I just sack the Earthworm and just try to take out the Baxcalibur? And the answer is, I think I just take out the Baxcalibur. It's one of his strongest mons if he can get it going. And I don't want that to be a thing. So, Excalibur dealt with. Didn't get an attack off. Thank you, Trick Room. Thank you, Ironhead. Just in general, our team this week did a pretty good job of countering Excalibur. Just the ones we brought. So light screen's gone now. I expect him to put up another one probably, but we probably have to double switch out. Hatterene at the very least has to go. We might be able to sack the Earthworm. Especially with him sending Bad Luck out, I probably want to take this opportunity to just take it out. I don't know what it's packing. I know Snarl really hurts Hatterene. It has leftovers. It wouldn't surprise me if it had a healing move. Just a whole bunch of problematic things it could have. So I figure Earthworm for Umbreon is probably a good trade in this situation. Earthworm already did quite a bit. It got the rocks up, which didn't do as much because of the heavy-duty boots on Zard as we were hoping. But if it can get 2 KOs this week... 3 KOs. It's the one that KO'd Wigglytuff too, I think, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. This was an interesting wrinkle. Thunder waving into a spot he knew I'd have to switch out of. That was annoying. Now there's a big mix-up in our game this week, like our upcoming games, of am I going to wait till 1 to switch out? Am I just not going to sack it? Am I going to switch out when I still have 2 turns remaining on Perish Song? That Thunder Wave alone really changed how the games played out from here on out. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Let me mute that. Now, it's what do I put out? Umbreon is down, which is one of the big counters to Hatterene, and I know I want Trick Room back up. So we have this. Fortunately, Hydreigon's paralyzed, which is a little sucky. And it's facing a Charizard. But I figure we can get Trick Room up. We still haven't seen a damaging move to probably take out the Hatterene. The Heat Wave, we live with 3, which is huge. He does get Light Screen up. I think the only reason he moved first because I was paralyzed. We get Flash Cannon into that, and then he lives with not much more than 3. Maybe 5, but without the Light Screen, he definitely would have been down. So that Paralyze was actually huge. Because without the Paralyze, we would have moved first with Flash Cannon, and he wouldn't have had the defensive boost from Light Screen. Now we're in a pretty decent position. We just have to take care of the Screamtail, and that's all he has left. The Charizard too, but once the Screamtail support's done, I'm not too worried about it. So now it's, do I go into Hariyama or Kingambit? I don't want to go into Rabsca. No need to do that yet. We can keep our other Trick Room setter if we need it. I figure Hariyama will do fine. We can buy a turn with Fake Out into the Charizard. And we can kind of just fire off moves into it. We'll go Dazzling Gleam because it'll eventually hit the Screamtail. Even with Screamtail's high special defense and Light Screen up, I'm not worried about Dazzling Gleam not KOing it. Hatterene does quite a bit of damage. So, it didn't do a ton into Charizard, but that's fine. So we can just fire off another Dazzling Gleam. And I decide not to show my Earthquake or Rock Slide yet, especially into a Ground Terra Charizard, so I figure I'll just show whatever fighting move I have on the Hariyama. He probably expected Close Combat or Drain Punch if I had a fighting move. Brick Break was the only other one I was considering. I decided to put that on Kingambit instead. Looking back, I probably switched that up. I think I put too much tech on the Kingambit this week between Stone Edge and Brick Break on the same mon. Might have been better to switch them around. And just put Brick Break on Hariyama. So he protects, which is fine. He probably did that to get an extra turn of scouting. At this point, I'm just going to repeat my last turn. Not going to show off Shadow Ball yet. That's a pretty big giveaway that I'd probably Terra Ghost. And we're going to save that for future games. again, a crit, but we had a flame, like a guts boosted drain punch coming in too. So there was game one. There was a lot of information swapped around that game, and that was a stressful one. But we'll get ready for game two, hopefully adapt, and already have some ideas for game two. Alrighty, so going into game two, I figured it was time to pull out the Hatterene trick of the Ghost Terra type. I was expecting him to lead at least Gothitelle, even if he didn't lead Screamtail again. So I figured go with Hatterene, turn one, Terra Ghost to get around the fake out. It also gets around the Shadow Tag, and then put a Shadow Ball into the Gothitelle. That was our plan going in. And then I wanted Earthworm again. I can get those hazards up is nice, but the Iron Head can threaten quite a few of his mons, and Body Press can threaten kind of the Umbreon if you decide to lead with it. He went Wigglytuff Gothitelle. And so I kind of have this planned out already. This is what we were expecting for the most part. So again, we decided to go Terra Ghost, Hatterene into Shadow Ball into Gothitelle. I forgot about Heavy Duty Boots on Charizard, or else I would have doubled up into the Gothitelle. And probably KO'd it. I'm guessing Iron Head would have finished it off, even at half, like, even after all this. So it was almost a perfect turn one, almost. And I flubbed it a little bit. Like, we still get a little bit of foreshadow. We get rocks up, but yeah, no fake out for you. And then we get Stealth Rocking again. I wish I had done something else, but Hair Song sucks. But that's this guy's kind of what his team is built around. He still has a lot of offensive pressure with Baxcalibur and Charizard, but the rest of his team is built around Perish Song and basically reads on when I'm going to switch and stuff like that. So there we go. We missed an opportunity to KO the Gothitelle early, which sucks. Probably would have done quite a bit for us later in the game if we didn't have to worry about it. I know I have to get Trick Room up. Trick Room's my win condition. Perish Song is kind of his. But I decided to go for the Protect. I'm not trying to remember why. No. Okay. Yeah. Trick Room makes a lot more sense. That switch kind of got me. He has the mix-up on when he's switching in and out. I also could have just hit Dazzling Gleam and Body Press. He didn't have anything that wanted to switch into it. So if I had read that instead, I knew the Gothitelle was going to Protect. That's why I didn't do anything into it. But if I had Body Pressed and Dazzling Gleamed, I might have had a shot to do something, like to do some decent damage to it. It's still an Umbreon with leftovers, so it would have been aggravating to deal with. But that's okay. It would have been in a lot better position for us to deal with, especially with Trick Room up. So I'm like, do I want to Dazzling Gleam and do, I don't know, 20% of Umbreon's health and a little bit on Gothitelle? Or do I want to Protect and just try to Body Press the Dark-type Umbreon? This move taking him a while makes me really worried, because I'm not sure what wrinkles he has. I got a little concerned he DC'd for a second. This kind of sucks. Terra Flying Umbreon. Body Press is going to, like, almost heal him now. It's going to do so little damage. Our fighting type moves don't really do anything. Dazzling Gleam's no longer super effective. We have Rock Slide and Stone Edge, but yeah. It's a problem. And again, it really shuts down Hatterene. So as we see, the body press does next to nothing. Which is unfortunate, but now I gotta figure out how I'm dealing with it. Hatterene's down to 1. I have to consider whether or not, like, Hatterene and Earthworm are down to 1. I gotta consider if I want to try to sack one of them, or just switch out and probably let him get a Thunder Wave on something coming in. So, Shed Tail with the, Shed Tail is how Earthworm gets out, while still providing value, and the Ghost Terra typing for Hatterene just does its job. Hariyama doesn't worry about the Snarl, and it's going, unless it gets Thunder Wave right now, it's going to proc Flame Orb, so it'll be immune to the paralysis from Thunder Wave. It also threatens the Flying type, now Flying type Umbreon with Rock Slide. Shed Tail. Citrus Berry Fun. And here, I may have wanted to go into King Gambit. I don't. I think the reason I don't remember this too clearly, to be honest, but I think the reason I don't is I don't have enough Pokemon Fainted, and I forget that King Gambit's attack stat, just naturally, is really freaking good. Like, if I Rock Slide Stone Edge into that Umbreon, there's a chance we just take it out. I decided to go back into Hatterene behind a substitute. Just, I guess we can Shadow Ball into the Scream Tail, but it doesn't, like, King Gambit would have been a better one. So yeah, I'm kicking myself for not going into King Gambit. Flame Orb, we are now immune to the Thunder Waves, which is really nice. Take out in Scream Tail. Hopefully don't worry about Parasong here. And then I wanted to see how much this would do. And the answer is not a lot. Super effective with Stab, and it's a Photosynthesis Special Defense Focus Scream Tail. Shouldn't have surprised me. He tried to Thunder Wave into something. Maybe he thought I'd switch Hatterene out, and he was trying to read that. That's the only thing I can figure. But that was a good turn for us. We didn't take anything. We got some chip damage in on the Scream Tail. At this point, I'm seeing how much time I got for Trick Room left. Do I want to swap out into something now? And I switched into Hydreigon. Probably not my smartest decision, but I hadn't seen Scream Tail's attacking move, if it had one up to this point. We'd seen 3 of its 4 moves. And it did end up having a damaging one, which, unfortunately, on a Scream Tail, happens to be Dazzling Gleam, which, you know, 4 times effective on Hydreigon, super effective on Hariyama. Yeah. And of course, that fucking Umbreon over there just doing its thing. Normal dimensions, so Hydreigon should outspeed them, but Hariyama's in a world of hurt. So I gotta figure out what I want to do about that. I think it might be able to live another Dazzling Gleam, maybe another Snarl as well. And then we're just gonna... I'm trying to decide, do I protect here or do I try to take out something and it's just... protect, thinking another... Another Dazzling Gleam's going to come in. Which, I was right, it does. And again, we don't have Trick Room up, which is a little awkward right now. Luckily, Hariyama lives. I think it also would have lived a Snarl that was coming in, though it might have died to the follow-up burn damage since we were at 24. Reflect certainly helped him there. And now I just try to start taking out his Pokemon. I'm okay at this point with both Hariyama and Hydreigon going down. Things might change. That's the first time we see Baxcalibur actually use an attacking move. We shut it down pretty quickly last game. So priority Ice Shard is an issue, but it doesn't hit too many of our remaining Pokemon so super effectively. The only one it hits super effectively is the Hydreigon. So now, do I put out Earthworm and try to set up another Shed Tail, or do I put out something like Hatterene or Rabsca and try to get Trick Room back up? I don't think the Baxcalibur can really threaten me that much. Threaten the Hatterene that much. I haven't seen anything he has that hits Hatterene super hard. He has Snarl, but it's more utility than damage, per se. So I figure he's going to try to Ice Shard the Hydreigon, so we just protect. And we actually get that correct. We did pretty well with the protects this session, this week, which I'm happy about. Again, it did, I don't know, 25-30 to Hatterene. The big thing is the special attack going down is what really sucks. But we get Trick Room back up. So now I have to decide, do I want to keep Hydreigon for later in case Trick Room goes down? It's one of the faster Mons out of the 12 available in this game. And the answer is yes. So now I'm trying to figure out what do I want to switch in that can take advantage of Trick Room and also resist the Ice Shard I know is coming. The answer to that is King Gambit. With Stone Edge, it threatens the Umbreon as well, since it's Flying Terra now. Even though he doesn't know it, we haven't shown that yet. The only Rock type move we've shown has been Rock Slide on the now KO'd Hariyama. We get a little bit of power from it, which is nice. Ice Shard, I mean, we take 21. Again, this is a Assault Vest King Gambit. Moonlight is a problem. It now shuts down my special attackers, has leftovers, and can heal itself. And has Thunder Wave. This Umbreon is an issue. I said it last game, I'm saying it again. To put it scientifically. So Hatterene's still at -1. He still has Charizard, Gothitelle, and Wigglytuff left. Wigglytuff has Perish Song. To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I protected there. He doesn't really have much that hits me hard. I think I would have been better off just getting damage out. Like rewatching this. So here comes the Gothitelle, which is unfortunate because this is the turn we used our Stone Edge for the first time. And we really want to get something out of it. We protect. That, I think, is our first failed protect on ourselves, where we didn't get anything out of it. And so we go for Stone Edge, and that sucks. Being able to KO Gothitelle would have been huge. Like, absolutely massive. So I'm just going to hard switch out now. I thought I would. Yeah, I'm going to switch out, and then it's... I'm pretty sure Gothitelle is going to protect. So I probably want to take out the Wigglytuff. Which shouldn't be too much of an issue. Rabsca, nothing he has in the field right now can really threaten it that much. We do read the Protect again from the Gothitelle. Okay, Dazzling Gleam. The one thing Dazzling Gleam does is it breaks the Rabsca's Focus Sash, which, okay. I don't think he really has too much that would have KO'd it from full to empty anyway, except for maybe a Heat Wave from the Charizard. This thing. On the bright side, the Stealth Rocks are now doing a decent amount of damage to it. So it used Protect last turn. So rather than going for like a Revival Blessing or something, I'm going to go for what I hope is a surprise play of Bug Buzz into the Gothitelle. And then we will try to Stone Edge the Umbreon down. Bug Buzz picks up a KO because Rabsca actually has decent special attack again. Stone Edge actually connects, and he lives with that. The Thunder Wave's an issue. That was really problematic. Because King Gambit is one of our sweepers, and if it's not reliable, like, trying to Stone Edge while paralyzed is not reliable. We've already missed, we're 1 for 2 on Stone Edges this game. Charizard with Heavy Duty Boots, I would love to take 50% of its health. But I want to get Trick Room up. I probably should have just gone back into the Umbreon to take care of it, but there's Moonlight again to heal up. But I wanted to try to just one-shot this Charizard. And we're paralyzed. So on paralysis this game, we've been paralyzed 1 out of 1 time. Umbreon's almost back up to full again. And with the paralysis, I was fine letting King Gambit go down. I wanted the paralysis gone anyway. We could bring it back with Revival Blessing without paralysis, which I thought was pretty important. And if we had gotten that Stone Edge off, that would have been huge. Like, that would have been well worth it. Unfortunately, we got full parried. So now we'll Revival Blessing and hopefully bring back the King Gambit, which can hopefully then do stuff as long as we have Trick Room up. This is the first time we fail a Protect read, I think, on either side this game. I think I had 1 Protect on myself that I failed. I think this is the only one we missed reading his option. So again, we know our win condition is King Gambit at this point. We luckily lived that with Hydreigon, which is nice. I was talking to my opponent after the game, and he didn't know Rabsca got Revival Blessing. He thought it was only Pawmot, so that helped us a little bit this week for sure. Unfortunately, we're now facing 2 flying types with a Pokemon that only knows Bug Buzz, but that's fine. I'm okay with both of them dying this turn. In fact, I want both of them to go down. If they both go down, we get fresh Pokemon in under Trick Room that can synergize together. Yeah, that's fine. We got paralyzed again, 2 for 2. Or, sorry, we were 2 for 3, and we attacked into a protect. So now the timer's going down. This is the first time I've come up against a timer this league. And I don't know what the win conditions are for timer. But I know I don't want Earthworm really in against that Charizard with Heat Wave. Having King Gambit in is unfortunate, but at least it has Assault Vest to hopefully live a little bit longer and maybe get off a Stone Edge. So I know one way or another, this is going to be the last turn of the battle, if I understand everything correctly. I don't want him trying to take out the Hatterene. We'll go for one last Stone Edge. I should have done it into Charizard. 100% I should have done it into Charizard. Because this thing lives with 5% hit points again. Snarl is an issue. We protect it once. Doesn't do a ton to the King Gambit. And here's where I'm worried. Because a lot can go wrong here. I know a Heat Wave's coming. King Gambit lives with 1 hit point and doesn't get burned. Minor miracle. So now it's letting me put in the moves again, so I think I have one more turn, and I decided to just go in, Dazzling Gleam, and then Stone Edge, try to take it out, and the battle's over. This week was super stressful. Good stuff to Herald. Built a really cool team that was really tough for me to prepare for. And see everyone next week.